I think in a lot of Taylor's newer songs with TTPD, we talked about how she has gotten quite loquacious. Is that the word? Verbose. Yeah, verbose maybe. She is using a lot more words to communicate complicated ideas. There was a time in which she would just be so concise, to the point, but hit the nail on the head so that you knew exactly what she was talking about and you felt the feeling, but in very few words. And much like poetry can be really brief and to the point, but still pack a punch, I think this song is one of those. Earlier on in her career, I guess 1989 is kind of a midpoint at this point, but it is succinct, very short phrases, not a ton of descriptive language, and yet it is as much about what she is not saying as what she is saying that makes you really get the feeling. You can hear it in the silence. You can feel it on the way home. You can see it with the lights out. You're in love, true love. It is so simple. And yet, in the way that it's sang and in the pauses and in the contradictions, she has some opposites side by side here. How do you hear something when it is silent? How do you feel something when you are on your way home? How do you see something when it's dark? And yet, as she reads or as she sings these lines, you do feel it. I personally have a really hard time listening to the song without getting very emotional and teary-eyed because I do think that those gaps and pauses allow you to really feel what she is trying to express in the really simple language that she uses.
One of the things I think this song does really well is use that simplicity and that clarity to illustrate both how simple and how profound that falling in love actually is. We started off this whole episode talking about how romantic love is a basic, not in a bad way, but like a base human emotion and experience. Yet finding that love can be complicated. Staying in that love can be complicated. It is both foundational and very challenging. And I think this song, for me, in the simplicity of it, in the poetic single syllable words, captures that paradox, that duality of the simplicity and both how simple it is to fall in love. Oh, it should be this easy. And yet how profound it actually is to be in love.